Hi, everyone. My name is MORROW DOWDLE. I'm a poet, arts organizer, and creative consultant with North Carolina Public Art, coming to you today from my home in Durham, North Carolina. I'm grateful to be part of this wonderful project, 10 by 10, organized by Kelly Shin to benefit the residents of Western North Carolina in the wake of Hurricane Helene. This issue is especially close to my heart at this time because Orange County, North Carolina, was directly affected 2 weeks ago by flooding that occurred after Tropical Storm Chantal. There's been a lot of loss locally, particularly within our arts community, and we're still in the early stages of recovery. The charity that I'd like to lift up today is the Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity. I've known several people over the years who have benefited from receiving Habitat homes, and it's made an invaluable difference in their lives. After Hurricane Helene, the Asheville Area Habitat for Humanity actually established a disaster home repair program, which helps low-income homeowners whose houses were damaged by the storm, particularly the uninsured and underinsured. I think you can't go wrong with donating to an organization that endeavors to restore permanent shelter to those who have lost it. I'd like to share with you now a few poems, and I'll begin with one I just wrote in response to our own local devastation. There's so much socio-political turmoil right now, which affects people on every level. And I remember thinking in the early aftermath of our recent floods, how can people take one more thing when they're already so stretched by fear and anxiety? And yet there's nothing we can do but come together to help each other and move forward with our lives the best we can. So this poem is called After the Flood, the Door Frame. Out in the world, the dollar index drops and mass deportation persists. The president brags about his attack on Iran. Here, locals gather, watch the brown tributary rush the underbelly of a bridge, bewildered at the brink. It couldn't happen to us, we think, though we'd never say it. Storms flood east, west, not this place at the center. Once a man cleared his New Orleans studio after a hurricane, photos leaking ink into knee-high water. Today, his pictures curl in our town's small gallery. What happened there now hits us. Power outages, cars floating, mildew ruin, body count. At my friend's house, thank God, no one talks politics. I've brought ice, protein bars, her cigarettes in their baby blue box. A dozen volunteers park along the tipped fence. Walls must be ripped off to dry the timbers. A foreman hands me a razor to break the paint seal around each doorframe. I nearly moved to this street last year, a brick split level right on the river. I hammer a pry bar's blunt edge until it hooks under wood. I wrestle the jam with both hands while it considers its surrender. My friend praises the demolition, raises a beer on the lawn beside her muddy dresser, the guitar she saved. The nail-frilled strips fall finally like these long July days. Riverbank grass adorns the floor in clusters. Ants ramble freely. Motown plays on someone's Bluetooth speaker. These days, I think that when natural disasters happen, we can't help but think about the ways in which climate change may be accelerating their frequency and severity. There's real grief when our own local landscape and all the beings who live within it are adversely affected. The next poems I'm going to read offer appreciation and gratitude then to the environment I'm lucky enough to live in for now. Can you let the cicada be beautiful? When one, newly broken from its honeyed shell, tests flight's imperative, whirs, strikes your skin, will you turn to see who's there? Don't look up. Don't think you deserve only what's lofted. This Holy Spirit lies on asphalt on its back. Reconsider where it comes from, this fear of what can't harm us. Why do we hate it? Turn it over if you are brave enough to touch it. Braver still if you will lift it. Make your fingers delicate as chopsticks on a robin's egg. Don't pitch it in the grass. Let it cling to your wrist, its legs' gentle sharpness. You are just another kind of tree, flesh-barked. It crawls your arm, and that's when you see its eyes of red, such a red we could never manifest. Not the richest lips, not sex in its engorged glory, and its wings when they unstick, intricate as any dragonfly, yet you'll never find them enshrined in silver, glass, or amethyst. Are you brave enough now to allow it to approach your head? You have no xylem, no sap for it to taste, nothing to dread. But would you kiss it? Could you name it the most modest of angels, if much disgraced? An angel must have wings, but surely it can wear any face. The season in which I was bitten. Hundreds of mosquitoes pillaged. The itch unhinged me. Sometimes I'm afraid to be attacked again, yet here I am in the same patch of woods. I lean between trees and squirrels bicker, spiderwebs dismantle, sun plucked. Then here it comes, this one mosquito. And I see now how it flies. It dances. Not hawks drift and strike, not sparrows flit to another limb. No, the mosquito bobs and sways, lets swing the little string of its body. I could say it's scanning my blood's secret beat, or that it loves life like anything else and is teaching me to be better consumed. Leaves tap my shoulder. One's a palette, green smeared yellow, then brown. Spectrum of a change, incomplete, nothing ever truly finished. The leaves could bury me if I let them. They tell me death is just life suggesting it's time to become something else. To a forest. In autumn, I never know you, closed for the purpose of thinning the herd. Polite way of saying murder. As if a forest can be closed. As if we, of all animals, could decide the measure of excess. I consider slipping in, but it's unclear what men with guns might mistake for a deer. When I return in December, it's like time travel, a whole part of you reaped. Fall reds, spider webs, scuttle of squirrels gleaning for winter, tangle of leaf and light at equinox, spirits breaching Samhain's veil. In autumn, I grieve your pine stands, beeches, faded honey, ancient play of moss and fern. I miss you the way I miss my sister, the way I miss my father, before I was his green beloved, his most tender prey. Earth Day. We put on nitrile gloves, begin our picking among the hairy dandelions, sorrel, and fat sweet clover I would let my daughter eat in a different context. She finds it first, a metal spoon bent at the neck, sticky brown remains coating its inner curve. I tell her to drop it in our bag. We continue up the sidewalk, she beside me beside myself, as if touching it might infect her with all it represents. We fill our flimsy vessel until it bloats with other vestiges of abuse and anesthesia, beer cans and liquor bottles, vape cartridges and snuff tins, fast food cups and wrappers. If I brought her here today to celebrate the purity of the earth and ourselves as somehow chosen to keep it that way, then I was sadly mistaken. The earth takes offense at nothing, rejects nothing, separates itself from neither those who throw trash into its corners, nor the trash they throw. It is I who recoils from that spoon, the residue it holds once a flower, whose delicate red skirt lifted willing for bees and flies. The human who took what bubbled in the spoon, pushed it into the highways of their own broken heart, is also wrought of pure earth. Their suffering, the only thing about them, man-made. So thank you again to Kelly Shin and the 10 by 10 project. Although I've mentioned Habitat for Humanity today, please feel free to give what you can to whatever organization or other recovery efforts that you can as Western North Carolina continues to rebuild. I'm going to finish with a poem that's really a wish for healing for all beings, whatever it is that we're going through. I no longer want to be heartsick, so I will unsick my heart. Call off the dogs, the troops, the bulldozer that wants to mow down peaceful protest. I will unravel the virus called anguish, fray the ribbon of its RNA. I will steep its bag with nettle and echinacea, wrap its tag around my finger, read the self-help saying, uncynical. My heart will lose the 2-alarm fire, sell the ladders and hatchets. It will send every employee home with pay while the company restructures, or just because it's a warm, sunny day. My heart will stop trying to pretend that it's not a heart, that instead it's a landfill, an uninhabitable planet, an alligator with 80 teeth. It will take off the cheap Halloween costume and visit sauna, bathhouse, and nude beach. It will accept that it's Cool Whip, marshmallow, soft serve on a summer afternoon. It will melt uncensored, run its every red. Carnelian and carmine, amaranth and cadmium. It will preside over every kind of blood, moon and menses, an open wound. When I unsick my heart, so will you. It will be such a heart that at first you won't recognize it. Even you can forget. You may mistake it for a playing card, an insincere Valentine, the latest dating app. If it makes it easier to see, think of it as the sweetest autopsy you'll ever perform. If that's too gory, just think of it as an apple, red delicious and honey crisp, gala for the celebration that follows, cameo for the part you're going to play in it. Thank you so much.